Hello everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. Just in case we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Today we're doing a full body flexibility practice that you're gonna need something to lay on. The firmer it is, the bigger it is, the more you might feel, but you could roll up a blanket, you could grab a couple pillows, and then you can kind of play with whatever you have to use throughout the class. But find some space to move for sure. And let's get started. All right, you guys, we're gonna begin laying down, and we might actually be laying down for the entire class. So having something to lay on, we are gonna be moving it around, and then it's gonna change what we feel. So we are gonna start, if you have something longer or a few things to place underneath your entire back, maybe all the way from the low back and underneath the head. We are going to start there. And you can also decide, depending on what you're laying on, what to do with the legs. So if you want to get into your hips while you're here, you might make a diamond shape with the legs. If that's a little too much, you can have the legs out long, but a few moments to settle in to the practice and to get a little bit comfy on whatever you happen to be laying on. So just bring your arms out to your sides. You might turn the palms to face up. And just check in with how you feel so far. Are you in a nice place where you can breathe softly? Where you're feeling some love throughout your body? But also where you can relax. Maybe making some more adjustments, moving around a little bit. And maybe starting to feel the breath a little bit more. Maybe breathing a little bit deeper. Just allowing yourself to let go of your day. Now we are going to stay here a little bit longer. We're not going to be moving around too much today. A nice opportunity to focus on your breath instead of maybe moving around. But if you do want to get into your shoulders where we're here, your arms, you might reach your arms above the head. Letting your palms face up, you might feel stretch through your belly, your back. And then as you find the breath again, how does it feel when you breathe just a little bit slower? A little bit deeper. Now, if you did bring your arms above your head, just start to slide them back to your side. You might wiggle your fingers, you might wiggle your toes. And then we are going to move our pillows or whatever you're laying on. So if you want to bring your knees together or sit up a little bit, we're going to move our pillows. So maybe keeping our prop under the low back, under the middle of the back, but trying to rest the head and the shoulders and the arms on the ground. Maybe above the head again. Maybe under the head. Now, depending on what you're laying on, if it's too big, it might be a back bend. So maybe you want something a little bit smaller. Maybe you want something a little bit bigger. But just decide and then do something with your legs too. If you want to get into the hips even more. Maybe make your diamond shape again. Make any adjustments that you need. And then just close your eye. And give your body a chance to soften. To get used to this new position that you've placed it in. And just notice what happens when you breathe a little bit slower. A little bit deeper. When maybe you just stay still for a few moments. Now taking another breath or two here. And eventually starting to move. Moving our pillows once again. We're going to take it out to the side. So you can sit up. Bring it off to the left side of you and lay flat on your back. And you might keep your feet planted, your knees bent, and just feel the entire length of your spine on the ground. There might be some sensations flowing throughout your back and maybe the rest of your body. Notice them. Maybe move a little bit if you need, or just be still. But then we're going to let our knees tip over towards the left side. So if you do want to rest your knees on what you have been laying on, you can do that, or you can let your knees come all the way to the ground, but just keeping the shoulders down. You might even take your hands behind your head again if it feels nice on the shoulder. And then if you want a little extra with your legs, you could cross the top leg over the bottom leg, whether you've got a pillow underneath them or not. Feeling a twist through the spine. Get some love throughout your legs. But just another chance to breathe. And to focus on the breath. So take another moment here as your mind started to wander. Are you enjoying the slowness of the practice today? We're going to be lifting our legs back up. And if you are using your prop for your twist, you can move it to the other side. But take a moment, just lay flat on your back. Maybe a gentle sway, side to side, or be still. And our knees will be falling over to the other side. And maybe crossing the top leg over the bottom leg. Maybe bringing your hands behind your head again. Just finding a twist. And notice what you feel. All the way from your toes to the crown of your head, your fingertip. Stay just as you are. Feel your belly moving with each breath. And slowly start to bring your legs back up. Lay flat again. Feel the entire length of your spine against the ground. Maybe add a gentle sway of the knees side to side. Now you do have an option for where we go next. You can come into a seated forward fold, or we can do a reclined forward fold. So if you wanted to come to seated, legs long, you can have your pillow under your knees, on top of your legs. You can lengthen your spine, but think lifting the chest off of the low back and tipping forwards. You can do the same thing from laying down. If you would like to join me, you can start by bringing the knees to the chest and then lifting the feet maybe a little higher, but just trying to keep the knees towards the chest, maybe to a point where the low back will lift. Lift up to kind of counterbalance the weight of the feet, to create space in the low back. And your toes don't have to come all the way to the ground above your head. They can float. Find a place where you can relax. And most importantly, breathe. So whether you're laying down or seated, we're just going to bring the length back into the spine. So either sit tall or slowly bring your hips, your low back down to the ground again. And either stay seated or laying down, but you might hug your knees to your chest. And maybe take a nice sway side to side. And if you are seated right now, you could lay back down. And then use the ground beneath you as you sway side to side to massage the back. Notice what you're feeling flowing throughout your body. Especially through your back. And everywhere else. And then when you're ready to send your legs out long or feet to the ground, to take just a few extra moments to feel whatever is flowing through you. Feel the next breath that you take. Be still. And maybe you can stay here for a while. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoy whatever comes next. And until next time, namaste.